Good morning. Welcome to my channel, Leanne Mazaret on YouTube. Thank you for joining me. Today we're talking about freedom. And my question to you is, are you free? Do you feel free? Are you free? If you can answer that question with an astounding affirmative yes, chances are you really are free. If you have to think about it, if you're not sure, if you're just saying yes because everyone else is, or you think that's what I want to hear, think again. I don't want you to answer with some answer that isn't true. I want you to really think about that question. Because freedom is the basis upon which this nation is founded. This nation meaning the United States, where I live. And it's something that people over the eons have been fighting for. Is the right to be free, the right to not be oppressed, the right to do kind of what they want to do, or live in the society that they want to live in, or believe what they want to believe, say what they want to say. Those are freedoms that are individual and precious. And it's sort of, in my view, it's what we're here on earth to do. We're here to be free. We're here to discover what it is that gives us joy, and then to live that joy. And some of us are less than free in our lives, in many cases because of choices that we've made. Meaning we have the right to be free. We have the opportunity to be free, particularly in this country, land of the free. It's land of the free. You want to start a business? You start a business. You want to move to a new state? You move to a new state. Nobody is stopping you. You want to work? Work. You want to not work? Not work. But you reap the consequences of your choices, but they're yours to make, for the most part. I mean, we do have certain limitations, right? You're not free to just go around and murder people, okay? You're not free to steal things from other people. There's limits, which I think we've all agreed on to help keep the peace. But some of us take that too far and try to legislate, across giant bodies of people, what things that should be right for everybody. And, only stupid people wouldn't do it this way. And they make a lot of judgment calls that probably don't have any business making. I'm a great believer of laissez-faire, which is in French for leave it alone, or live and let live, along those lines. It's not my place to judge what's right for other people, except in extreme cases where certain individuals are maybe taking away the liberties of others. I think that's something that our nation will rise up together and want to put a stop to. But for the most part, we're free to do what we want to do, as long as we're not really, hurting others. So why don't we take advantage of that? Why are so many of us living in self-imposed chains? And a lot of that is because we don't realize that these are chains. For example, the large house that people feel they must have in order to be perceived as successful. To me, success is an internal thing. I don't need a boss telling me I worked hard enough today. I always work hard. I work hard when I'm inspired, when I love what I do. I work hard and time goes by, I don't even know it. When I'm doing something I don't care about, or it isn't my dream, I'm not passionate about it, oh man, I watch the clock. I still do a good job because those are my personal ethics, but I don't enjoy it. And that's really a different place to be. Someone who's free is doing what they love, doing what they want to do, and they're living in joy most days. I mean, yeah, I can hear the naysayers now. Well, you live in joy and you sound like a freaking hippie, and you probably live in a commune, you don't have any money, and that's not true at all. I own multiple houses, and I have freedom to be the way that I am because I made choices that support my independence. And I've traveled the world because I wanted to see other cultures. But I'm not destitute. I'm not a hippie. Not that there's anything wrong with hippies either. I love hippies. They're peace-loving and whatever. But they have as much right to exist as I do. And once I came to accept that and realized that my freedom was in my own hands to control, and it was up to me to balance what I wanted between freedom, money, what things I was willing to do for money, that kind of stuff. Those choices are my own, and I made them, and I'm happy with them, and I am free. But if you're not able to say I'm free, it's time for you to stop wondering why and start figuring out why. Start asking yourself, where did I make a wrong turn? What did I do? Am I locked into something that's not right for me? It doesn't feel good. And you have to be careful here too, because sometimes we're just fed up or we're bored or something, and we need to work on a situation to improve it, not just walk away from it. So, for example, if you have a loving family or you love your family, but you're not happy somehow, you feel trapped, maybe the answer isn't just to go off and abandon your family and, live in an ashram or take a trip to the Tuscany or something. That might not be, that's a wild hair kind of approach. Maybe you need to improve your relationship with your family or your spouse so that you're feeling more validated and, at least make attempts to become happier in your life before you just abandon it. Freedom doesn't mean walking away from my responsibilities or shooting myself in the foot to go off on some wild adventure, but it does mean taking steps towards leading a life that makes me happy, that always makes me happy, and having people in my life who are making me happy because I'm making them happy, because they're also happy and they're also free. And it's sort of like you can either spiral up or you can spiral down. And if you've trapped yourself in a spiraling down situation, really rethink that, because it's within your control. And free thinkers and leaders in the world have been trying to teach this for ages. Even, Tony Robbins does a great segment on depression with a gal that freed herself from her depression by simply just changing her mood and her way of thinking about it. And you have to go research that, but what I'm saying is you need to be free in order to thrive. And if you're not free and it is your own choice, or you feel like it's not your choice, it probably still is your choice, because you've made these decisions, that you've let people inflict your mind with self-limiting beliefs, or you've chosen mates or scenarios or jobs that are keeping you down, and you can't even figure out what to do next. Well, you're not going to make a big change overnight. You're not going to lose 100 pounds by the end of the month. You need to make steps towards your happiness, things that matter to you, and things that will make you feel free. But do it in a reasonable way that gives you the success that's required in order to achieve your freedom. You can't be free in dreams. I mean, unless you're, sometimes they lock people up for that because they're not living in reality. But I'd say dream big. Dream it, fake it till you make it. Believe it first. Envision yourself in that bikini. See yourself in that yacht. See yourself on that vacation. See yourself in that ideal job. Whatever it is, start feeling it. Start living it in your mind, and then it helps it become real as you take steps to realize it. So freedom is the basis of our country here in the United States, but so many of us are really not living it to the fullest. And that takes away our joy, it takes away our zest, it takes away our energy, and it spirals us downward. And then as a nation, we spiral downward. We want to live in a place that we can enjoy our freedom and take full advantage of the great gift that we have here in this country. There's people who would absolutely do anything to come and live in this country. It's a very unique place, but we live here, we take it for granted. And we get into our own cages, our own prisons, our own mindsets, our own choices limit us. So get a handle on that and figure out what you need to be free, figure out how to get there. And if you need some help, stay on the channel, subscribe, keep watching. I talk about this stuff all the time. I have lots of tips and tools, lots of things, and I'm around lots of other people who are really making it happen. And if you want to get involved and see what we're doing, subscribe, click the link, do anything you can to just start to become free, and don't give up. Okay? Leanne Mazzara on YouTube. Signing off.